Now, let me ask you this. Can you explain APR? Can you calculate APR? Because if you put out the wrong APR, you're going to get busted, you're going to get fined, you could even lose your license. Now, would you expect the head of the regulatory agency that would be fining you or taking your license from you to be able to explain the APR? I would. Well, we have this woman down in Southern California. Her name is Congresswoman Katie Porter. She had Kathy Kraninger, the then head of the CFPB, and asked her about APR. Here's how that whole thing went. This is funny.
Hello, Director. Could you please explain to this committee the difference between an interest rate and an APR?
So the APR is the extrapolation if it were a one-year term in terms of the loan. So that's the calculation that is laid out in TILA in particular.
So if I take the stated interest rate and do the math to deal with the fact that it's annualized, the APR, I would be correct.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Kraninger, the annual percentage rate, and I'll be happy to send you a copy of the textbook that I wrote, explains that the APR is derived from the finance charge, the amount financed, and the payment schedule. It's a mathematical transformation of those three numbers into the cost of credit expressed
Yes.
at a yearly rate.
Simplification, I understand that you know well.
Well, my concern is whether you know well, ma'am, because you are the one responsible for making sure that American consumers know well when they take on loans. Let's do an example. I'm a single mom. I'm by the side of the road. My car is broken down. I need money right now. I pick up my cell phone. I go to Speedy Cash, an online lender. I'm in California. I have to get to work. I have to have the cash to fix my car to get to work. I can barely read the little disclosure on my phone. The cost at Speedy Cash is, you may want to write this down, $10 per $100 borrowed. I need $200 to fix my car. The origination fee is $20. The term of the loan is 2 weeks, typical, for when I get paid. What is the APR? And if you'd like a calculator, we have one for you.
I understand where you're getting. At the end of the day, the issue is certainly when you actually are able to repay that loan and whether or not you take out an additional loan going through this, and you're certainly short-term, small dollar.
Reclaiming my time. Ms. Kraninger, I'm asking you what the APR is. I'm not asking you to wax eloquently on the pros and cons of paying.
I understand. This is not a math exercise, though. This is a policy conversation about what the implications
my
are
time.
and what the appropriate level of
time.
an interest rate and the other
Reclaiming my
finance
time.
charges
The time belongs to the gentle lady from California.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm asking if you could even ballpark on a $200 loan for a term of 2 weeks with a $20 origination fee and a rate of $10 per 100. That is 10%. Ballpark, what is the APR?
And I'm telling you that the APR calculation
Is that a no?
is a math exercise, and the question
Okay, but it's
is,
reclaiming,
when am I going to pay off the term
reclaiming
of
my
loan? What are
time.
the other issues that are happening
Reclaiming
in
my
life?
time. I take that as to a no that you cannot do the calculation, but I'm particularly concerned about this given that you could not even correctly define the APR.
Okay, moving on with the show. So look at this, frankly, train wreck of a graph and tell me how we're going to fix this, and please don't call it normal.
You're looking at a graph of house prices versus household income dating all the way back to 1985. The house prices are the black line on the top. The household income is the green down below. You'll note that values have gone nothing short of gangbusters. Virtually unhinged and untethered since 1985. Household income, on the other hand, has, well, more or less flatlined.
And we are suffering the consequences of the end result of that now, aren't we? Look at how expensive homes are right now. Homes are now a full 3 times more expensive for expectant buyers than they were just about 40 years ago. Now, let me better explain this to you guys here. The average home price right now is just a hair under $350,000. Could you afford that with a minimum down payment as a first-time home buyer? I don't know, maybe you can, maybe you can't. Right? Now, let's apply what's taken place since 85 to right now. Let's say that you get a full 10% raise. Bravo, that's good for you. But that $350,000 house is now going to cost you $1,050,000. Could you afford it now? That's the difference from 1985 to now if we are just to project the same numbers going forward. Again, listen closely, loan officers and real estate agents. This is a problem. I understand that. But what's the solution? That's what you need to be asking yourself.
So, What is the solution?
The primary way to afford buying a house if you don't have the minimum down. The way most people get their larger down payment is from the sale of their existing home and the equity they've gained since they've purchased. So for you as a lender, if you want to get more sales, you need to be more focused on folks that own homes. Where can you find them? Buy a list, pre-screen people, talk to a title company. Or the best and shortest distance for you is with everyone in your database.
That's right. Everyone in your database, every single freaking person in your database that you closed a deal on.
Shouldn't you check your database?
They all own homes. Guess what they know too? They know you. And that's generally, not always, but that's generally considered a pretty good idea. For the love of everything, my God, that is sacred. And the 49ers destroying the NFC West in the upcoming months, and Taylor Swift getting laryngitis, and Mitch McConnell getting smelling salts, and you staying employed in your current vocation, would you please engage your freaking database? I hope you have a great 3-day weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday. You know, I hesitate to talk about this, but with Pods, we've created the only loan officer crowdsourced marketing platform in the country. It's unique and it's killer and it's kicking ass. I bet you haven't heard of it. If you want to be a part of it or learn more about it, you can fill out the information down below. All we have is a waiting list at this point, but we are going to be opening it back up. Fill out the information down below if you want to be part of Pods. Super cool.